Good morning, future and fellow weirdos of the flock. Welcome to the party pen. We have good time. Did you take your medicine? All right, take your medicine. I'm going to tell you what happened while you're taking your medicine. So, where we left off yesterday, David had just beat Goliath. And they were going around spoiling shit. And David had cut off Goliath's head and took his armor and hid it in his tent. Okay? David hid Goliath's stuff in his tent. And then Jonathan, Saul's son, remember the captain of the army. He was captain of one of the things in the army. Then he went up there and beat a bunch of Philistines. And then David beat Goliath. And then Jonathan got bucket naked in the middle of a battlefield. Gave all of his clothes, all of them, to David. And was like, for you. And that was that, right? And then Saul tells David and his family, yeah, David can't go back home ever again, right? That's what he told him. So David's not allowed to go home. So he goes back to the castle with Saul. And then Saul gets scared of David for some reason. And God starts poking him with his own evil spirit, right? And Saul is getting all agitated on the inside. God's evil spirit is turning Saul into a jittering mess. And he tries to kill David, and David's like, deuces! Right? And then Saul's like, okay, I can't kill David that way. I got an idea. David, you're going to marry my daughter. And the oldest is like, no, I'm married. And then he's like, okay, you marry my youngest because she loves you. Right? So Michael loves David, and Michael is Saul's youngest, okay? So Saul's like, oh, you want to marry her? Okay, well, listen, your poor ass don't got to give me money. What you got to do is bring me 100 Philistine foreskin dick tips, okay? Got to bring me 100 of them. And Saul does this because he thinks the Philistines are going to kill David. Well, David brings back Saul a bag of 200 Philistine dick tips. And Saul's like, thanks for the bag of dicks. Thanks for the bag of dicks. And he stayed scared of David from that day. Oh, hi, Blue. Come on. So, we're picking up there. So, stop in the kitchen right there and grab you some Keep Other People Alive juice. And then have a seat. Yeah. Because I packed a bowl and I have cigarettes. So really all you got to do is keep your shoes on, get some coffee flavored Keep Other People Alive juice, and have a seat because we are going to smoke it, read it, and drink it. Oh, all right. All right. Where are we at? Where? We are right here. Where are we at? Okay. And okay, so chapter 19. And Saul spoke to Jonathan, his son, and to all his servants that they should kill David. Okay? So this is plan. This is Saul's third plan to kill David. Okay? So he is like so scared. It's this. Oh, I know. Man, you're such an asshole. Okay. But Jonathan, Saul's son, delighted much in David. And Jonathan told David, saying, my father is going to kill you. Now, therefore, take heed to yourself until the morning. Now, take heed until the morning, and abide in a secret place and hide yourself. And I will go out and stand beside my father in the field where you are. And I will commune with my father. And I'll talk to my dad about you and see what I see, and I will tell you. And Jonathan spoke good of David to Saul and said, let not the king sin against his servant David, because he has not sinned against you, and because his works have been to you very good. For he did put his life in his hand and slew the Philistine, and the Lord brought great salvation for all the vampires, and you saw it, and you did rejoice. Then will you sin against innocent blood to slay David without cause? So, like, you're gonna kill this guy for no reason because you're mad. He didn't even sleep with your wife. What are you even mad about, Dad? Like, listen. What are you mad about? And, okay. And Saul hearkened to the voice of Jonathan. And Saul swore, as the Lord lives, David will not be dead. And Jonathan called David, and Jonathan showed him all those things. And Jonathan brought David to Saul, and he was in his presence, just like other times. And there was a war again, and David went out and fought with the Philistines, beat that ass with a great slaughter, and the Philistines fled. And the evil spirit from the Lord was upon Saul, as he sat in his house with his javelin in his hand, and David played with his hand. Okay. So look, hold on. The lady on BitChute, she said, you said God had an evil spirit. That makes you evil. You're evil because you said God is evil. God said he's evil a bunch of times. and the evil spirit from the Lord was upon Saul. So God does have evil in him, and he just spit it onto Paul. Or Saul. I'm sorry. Saul. Not Paul. Saul. So, God, again, is putting his evil all over Saul. It's like a money shot. Okay. And Saul sought to smite David, even to the wall with his javelin. But David slipped out of the way like he was covered in lube. And Saul smote the javelin into the wall, and David escaped. So, okay, hold on. So David fled and escaped that night. Saul also sent messengers to David's house to watch him and to slay him in the morning. And Michel, David's wife, told him, saying, "You don't save your life tonight? If you don't save your life tonight, tomorrow you will be slain." So Michel led David through the window, and he went and escaped. All right. So now 2 of Saul's kids have let David escape. Okay. And Michel took an image and laid it in the bed, put a pillow of goat's hair for his bolster, and covered it with cloth. And when Saul sent messengers, she said, "He is sick." So Saul sent the messengers again, saying, "Bring him up to me in the bed, that I may slay him." And when the messengers were come, behold, there was an image in a bed with a pillow of goat's hair for his bolster. And Saul said to Michel, "Why did you deceive me? Why did you send away my enemy? What the fuck?" And Michel said, because he asked me nicely. He said, "Don't let your dad kill me." And I said, "There's a window." So David fled and escaped, came to Samuel in Ramah, and told him everything Saul had done to him. And he and Samuel went and dwelt in Naioth. And it was told to Saul, saying, "David is at Naioth and Ramah." And Saul sent messengers to take David. And when they saw the company of the prophets prophesying, and Samuel standing as appointed over them, and the Spirit of God was upon the messengers of Saul, and they also prophesied. Oh my God, I can't. Are we? Okay, we're doing this, but just know. I don't know. And when it was told to Saul, he sent other messengers, and they also prophesied. And Saul sent them again, and they prophesied also. So this 3 times. Then he also went to Ramah, and came to a great well that is in Sichu. And he asked and said, "Where is Samuel and David?" And one said, "They're over there in Naioth and Ramah." And so he went there, and the Spirit of God was upon him also. And he went on and prophesied until he came to Naoth and Roma. And he, oh my God. Okay, listen. Okay. He stripped off his clothes and prophesied before Samuel, and laid down naked all that day and night. Wherefore they say, is Saul also among the prophets? This is the second time they've asked if Saul was a prophet. And we are going to pause right here. What we're going to do is check on our cats, water our plants, grab a refill, packable, smoke it. We're going to check on our cats, water our plants, grab a refill, repack the bowl, smoke a cigarette, and go pee. We will be right back. Oh, and take your medicine. If I forgot to tell you to take your medicine, I don't remember. But it's definitely time to take your medicine. The alarms are about to go off. Okay. So, we're on chapter 20. So, did you get a refill? Did you repack the bowl? And I still have a cigarette. So, we are going on to chapter 20. All right, chapter 20. So, something does happen. If you hear barking, it's because the dog across the street, and I love him, and I try to visit him when he's outside because he only lets him outside sometimes. So I went over there to see him, and you know how I have the outside cats? They're stray cats, but I claim them. Oh, well, they claimed me, maybe. But anyway, I was over there visiting the dog, and the two stray cats that I have living on my porch, because I built them the house on my porch. So they hang out on my porch. So I go over there to see the dog, and did you know these two cats followed me over there? So it was driving the dog crazy. So I picked them up and walked them back across the street and set them on my porch and went back across the street to the dog. And they followed me back over there. So the dog was going crazy, so I really didn't get to see him because, the cats always want to see what I'm doing. So I had to herd them back across the street because, I live on a main back road. So like semi trucks and shit use the road in front of my house to go to the steel mill over here in my backyard. So they use my street. So my street is a semi road that semi trucks use. Okay. So my cat sneaking across the street to follow me over there to see this dog is super fucking dangerous because cats die in front of my house a lot, and it's really fucking sad. And groundhogs and raccoons and stuff, they get smashed in front of my house a lot. And Dustin goes out there and cleans them up before anybody gets up awake. Dustin will go out there and shovel up dead carcass and put it in a cat litter bin, an empty cat litter bin. He'll throw roadkill in them and wait for the trash to come and throw them out on Mondays. So I get really scared that my cats cross this road. So I picked them up and walked him back over. And I had to sit here. I really didn't even get a chance to see the dog because my outside cats don't want me seeing the dog. They will drive him absolutely insane, so I can't sit over there with him because my cats are assholes. So I'm stuck over here at the house with two guard cats outside. Like, nope, you're not going over there. And it's terrible. They're such assholes, my cats. Oh, yeah. So, uh, chapter 20. And then David fled from Naoth in Ramah and came and said before Jonathan, "What have I done? What is my iniquity? And what is my sin before your father that he's trying to kill? That he's trying to kill me?" And Jonathan said, "What? Are you fucking nuts? Goddamn, dude. Listen, if my dad was gonna do that, he would have told me. Just like last time he tried to kill you. He would have told me. I'm like a general in his army, dude." And David swore and said, your dad is definitely trying to kill me. Now, if I have found grace in your eyes," he said, okay, hold on. And David swore and said, "Your father certainly knows I have found grace in your eyes." Like, he knows you love me. He's not going to tell you. You and Michael have let me escape a bunch of times. Your dad is not going to tell y'all because he knows you love me and whatnot. So he's not going to tell you. Okay? He's going to be like, "Jonathan who? No." And then Jonathan said to David, "Whatever you want, I'll do it. Whatever you need me to do, that's what I'll do." Okay? And David told Jonathan, "Tomorrow is the new moon, and I should not fail to sit with your king at dinner. But let me go, that I can hide myself in the field unto the third day at evening. If your father misses me, then say, David earnestly, that David asked to leave, that he might run to Bethlehem, his city, for there is a yearly sacrifice for all the family. If he says, it is well with my servant, but if he is very wroth, then be sure he is trying to kill me." So listen, if he's okay with it, then he's okay. But if he gets mad, it's because he wanted to kill me. Right? Okay. Therefore, you shall deal kindly with me, for you have brought your servant into a covenant of the Lord with you. Notwithstanding, if there be iniquity in me, then kill me yourself. Why would you bring me to your father? Like, we have a thing going on, dude, and like, it's a good thing. So, like, maybe you should kill me. You think your dad would be mad? And Jonathan said, "Are you fucking out of your mind? If I knew that he was going to kill you, then wouldn't I tell you? Like, surely you trust me enough to tell you if somebody wants to kill you, right? Even my dad, like, I told you last time. Why wouldn't I tell you this time?" Then David said, "Who will tell me? Or what if your dad answers roughly?" And Jonathan said, "Come, let us go out into the field." And they went out into the field, both of them. And Jonathan said to David, "O Lord God of Israel, when I have talked to my father about tomorrow my time, or the third day, and behold, if there is good toward you, then I then send." And Jonathan said to David, "O Lord God of Israel, when I have sounded my father about tomorrow, any time or the third day, behold, if there is good towards you, I then don't send to you and show it to you, then the Lord do so much and more to me. But if it pleases my father to do you evil, then I will show you and send you away, that you may go in peace. And the Lord is with you, that he has been with my father." So, like, if my dad doesn't want to kill you, then I won't even come. But on anywhere from now to the third day, if I don't come to you, then my father doesn't want to kill you. But if he does want to kill you, I'll come and let you go. So don't worry about it, okay? And then they went to a field for a reason. And send me away. Okay. And you shall not only, and you not only, hold on. And thou shalt not only, while I live, show me the kindness of the Lord, that I die not, but also you shall not cut off your kindness from my house forever. No, not when the Lord has cut off your enemies, every one off the face of the earth. So Jonathan made a covenant with the house of David, saying, "Let the Lord even require it at the hand of David's enemies." And Jonathan caused David to swear again, because he loved him. For he loved him as he loved his own soul. Then Jonathan said to David, "Tomorrow is a new moon. You will be missed, because your seat will be empty. And when you have stayed here 3 days, then you shall go down quickly and come to the place where you did hide yourself when the business was in hand, and you shall remain by the stone Ezel. And I will shoot 3 arrows on the side, as though I shot at a mark. And behold, I will send a lad, saying, Go, find the arrows. If I expressly say to the lad, Behold, the arrows are on this side of you, take them, then come out, for there is peace, and there will be peace and no hurt, as the Lord lives. But if I say to the young man, Behold, the arrows are beyond you, go your way, for the Lord has sent thee away. And as touching the matter which you and I have spoken of, behold, the Lord is between you and me forever. So David hid himself in the field, and when the new moon came, the king sat down to eat meat. And the king sat upon his seat as at other times, even upon the seat by the wall. And Jonathan arose, and Abner sat by Paul's side, and David's place was empty. Nevertheless, Saul spoke not anything that day, for he thought, something has befallen him. He is not clean. Surely he is not clean. And it came to pass on the morrow, which was the 2nd day of the month, that David's place was empty. And Saul said to John, What happened to David? Neither yesterday nor today he didn't come. And Jonathan said, David wanted to go home and spend this with his family. And I said, okay. I told him, yeah, he could do it. And then Saul's anger was kindled against Jonathan, and he said, okay, I'm going to keep my fucking mouth shut, but pay attention is all I'm going to say. And listen to what Saul says to Jonathan. Okay? Okay. You son of a perverse, rebellious woman. Do I not know that you have chosen the son of Jesse to your own confusion, and unto the confusion of your mother's nakedness? I think he's calling Jonathan gay. For as long as the son of Jesse lives upon the ground, you shall not be established, nor your kingdom. And right here, he calls him gay. And he says, you're not going to be king because David's alive, not because you're gay. He says, you're not going to be king because David's alive. So even being gay, he was going to be king. Okay. Now, go and fetch David to me, because he's going to surely die. And Jonathan said to Saul, What the fuck, old man? What are you doing? Why? Why? What has he done? And Saul cast a javelin at him to smite him. And Jonathan knew it was determined of his father to slay David. So Jonathan arose from the table in fierce anger, and did not eat any meat the 2nd day. For he was grieved for David, because his father had done him shame. And it came to pass in the morning that Jonathan went out into the field at the time appointed, with a little lad with him. And he said, Run and find out now the arrows which I shoot. And as the lad ran, he shot an arrow beyond him. And when the lad comes to the place of the arrow which Jonathan shot, Jonathan cried and said, No, it's farther. Right? It's farther. And Jonathan cried after him. He said, Make speed, haste, stay not. And Jonathan's lad gathered up the arrows and came back. And the lad did not know anything about Jonathan and David. And Jonathan gave his artillery and said to him, Go, carry him into the city. And as soon as the lad was gone, David arose out of the place toward the south and fell on his face. So he did the face thing. And they kissed one another and wept with one another until David exceeded. And Jonathan said to David, Go in peace, for as much as we have sworn, both of us, in the name of the Lord, saying, The Lord is between you and me, and between my seed and your seed forever. And he arose and departed, and Jonathan went to the city. I didn't say anything, but I believe Saul just called Jonathan gay. And he didn't say, because you're confused about whatever it is you're confused about, you can't be king. No, he didn't say that, because I don't think it fucking mattered. I don't think it mattered as much as people say it matters now, because the people now just want a reason to hate people. So that's just what I think. But please feel free, whatever word and word magic you want to use, please let me know. But that's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not saying nothing about King D. I'm not saying nothing about anything. I'm just talking about Jonathan and what Saul said to Jonathan, because he didn't say anything about you can't be somebody good because of who you are. No, he didn't say that. He said, because you're hiding this guy that I want to kill, you can't be king. So that's just what I think. So I don't know. I don't know. But I don't think he has the dog out anymore. I think I might go see my cats. I don't know. But I'm really mad about my cats. They didn't let me see the dog because my cats heard me instead of me hurting my cats. My cats are like, no, you can't go across the street and you can't go see the dog because we will sit here and watch you and drive this dog absolutely insane. So you can't even pet him if you wanted to because he's going to be going nuts. So Oh, I wish he would let the dog out so I could see him. I wish my cats weren't assholes. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you. Thank you for watching. I love you. Have the greatest day ever. Keep your nose down, your head clean, your shoes tied. Don't get ready. Stay ready. Listen. Be good or be good at it. We got to do laundry today. Yeah, and we got to put away the dishes. You can't see them, but these are all... Man, what the fuck? These are all clean. So I got to put them away and do laundry. So, do laundry with me today. Thank you for watching. I love you. Have the greatest day ever. Bye.